You guys, I do have 2 blocks, and today's theme, it's super straightforward because you got to do this on December 21st. It's the winter solstice, right? So sometimes I like when I don't have to be creative. Today is this day the universe is on our sides for self-reflection, which is a good thing that's happening at the end of the year. And today's class is we're approaching some deeper forward folds, which I hate. Absolutely, fully hate them. And so that's why it's nice that the universe is saying, this is what we're doing today, because I'm going to go with that energy. All right. So winter solstice, and enough of you are from like the, northeast that, and I know Dita, you get snow, we get snow in Istanbul too. You know that feeling when you walk out on like a cold winter night, but there's a quietness that is so much different than walking outside in the summer at night, right? You can feel that energy, like it's blanketed, there's no leaves on the tree, everything has like fallen away, and there is this very beautiful silence, right? So that is what I want you to kind of have, that like image, if you can imagine like a peaceful night. And today really represents the falling away of things. And I told you guys that I've been focusing a lot on dopamine, right? And how I went out for a run the other day, and I remembered when I was a kid and Blair, like at track, right? The coach just said, go out and run. You didn't have iPods, you didn't have your earplugs in, you didn't have anything. You just went out and you ran, and you got the rush of the feeling of just being out and running and taking in the world. And then the other day I set out for a run, and I came back to my apartment 2 times because I was like, oh, I forgot my phone. Oh, I forgot my earbuds. Oh, like we need all of this stuff, right? And so today the theme is, and so then we have less grasping, less needing more, and more of like just letting the things fall off you and get into the essence. And then we get to climb back out towards summer, right? But sometimes we have to like let the leaves fall off of our like kind of emotional tree, everything, and start empty to begin again. And that's really what today symbolizes. So every time we turn in, if you could reflect on that a little bit. Can you guess where we're going to start? Child's pose. Child's pose, right? Turning in. Yeah, there we go. So just questioning your guys' sequencing abilities. Yes. So child's pose, and I'm gonna go with the knees together so that you feel that big tuck in of your bottom ribs, and hands back behind by your feet as you fold. Inhale. Exhale. Of course, in our lives, we need that ability to go out. But as we were focusing on Friday with samana, we also need that ability to balance it and go inwards. It is not in my nature, but I'm going to try to be more quiet in today's practice so that you're not even using like my voice as like a distraction, right? That I give you that time, right, to get rid of all of that noise and simplify the practice. Let the leaves fall away. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, roll up through your spine, seated on your heels, looking forward to the top of your mat, and then tuck your hands underneath your armpits, letting your elbows and your forearms press down on your ribs. Tuck the chin gently in towards your chest. Imagine your eyes are looking down at your cheeks. Your eyelids are closed and soft. Inhale. Exhale. So I'd like to give you guys, this is also a mudra. This is a mudra of creating calm. You cannot really take quick breath when you do this mudra. This will automatically force your breath to slow down and calm your nervous system. And so I just wanted to give you guys this mudra, if you didn't already know it, that maybe during the rush of the holiday season, if you find yourself kind of spinning, spiraling, you could just step into the kitchen, close your eyes, tuck in, and take a slow breath. Letting it wash over you as you exhale, let go. One more, inhale. It's an important mudra for inward reflection, slowing down. Open the eyes, looking forward, plant your hands, top of your sticky mat, downward facing dog. There's a little bit of this action of just maybe less today. Less distraction, less noise. But within that becomes more observation, more contemplation. Today is the day for that. Just it's kind of the stars are aligned to help you feel that energy. Bring your heels together, turning your feet out at that 45-degree angle. Good. And a lot of you know that I kind of call this like Charlie Chaplin feet, and it is okay, right? If your down dog shortens a little bit as you do this, feeling that you're really squeezing your inner heels and your inner knees against one another, toning the legs. So you've got this Charlie Chaplin in your feet as you inhale. Exhale, parallel your feet, regular down dog. Knees to the mat, tabletop. Left foot steps out laterally. Left heel directly underneath your left knee. The arch of the inner edge of my left foot is in line with that right knee. Imagine pulling your left foot towards your right knee. Drop down onto your elbows. Okay. From here, pick up your left toes so that all 5 toes peel up off the mat. We know that that stabilizes your ankle joint. And now roll to the pinky edge side of your left foot. So if I look at my left foot, I can see the entire bottom of my foot. If I was there, I would hold you by the top of your left thigh and pull your left thigh back and down. Good. Think that your inner left knee is pressing towards your outer left knee. And now lift the elbows and look forward at the top of your mat. Good. So my elbows are up. I'm keeping my leg. I'm trying to come onto the very pinky edge side, and now keep all of that in your legs. walk your hands at a 45-degree angle over to the right. Now let your right hand be the active, right? Let your right hand be the apana, the grounding, and then start to walk your left fingertips away from your left shoulder, making space in that midline of the body. So we should feel a pull, a tug, a lengthening of the connective tissue from your outer left hip through the left side body, through left ribs. Inhale. Exhale, bring that back to center. So there's just going to be a lot of folding in here today, you guys. Come back to center tabletop, right? So my hips already just kind of like popped. And then take your right foot out to the side. Check. I want my right heel in line with my left knee. We're going slow today. Focus a little bit on that alignment. Okay, squeeze the heel and the knee together to make sure you're plugged to the midline, and then drop down onto your elbows. And anytime we come down, you guys, if you need to, you put blocks or maybe a pillow or something underneath your elbows, that's absolutely fine. Now, lift your 5 right toes, because I want to make sure that you're not bending from the knee, right? We're going to keep the ankle and knee stable, and then see if you can roll to the pinky edge side of that right foot. And then, I'm a big visual learner, so sometimes it's just helpful to like look at my right ankle, make sure that my right ankle is active, and press your inner right knee towards your outer right knee, dragging it back. Remember that the pinky edge side of that right foot, it's like a knife. Sink it down into the floor, and then lift the elbows and look forward towards the top of your mat. So when you disengage the elbows, you might be able to go a little bit deeper into that roll open with your right hip. And now your hands, you guys, are going to creep over to the left, anchor through left hand, and then crawl your right hand away from right shoulder, reaching away from right knee for 3. Right knee is bent. Keep rolling it open. Most of you know that as external rotation for 2. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Good. Pull that back to center. Tabletop position. Notice it's spread in the back of the hips. Downward facing dog, please. Good. Slow, steady movements. Charlie Chaplin your feet. Heels in, toes out, lift left leg, 3-legged down dog. Okay, and so you might feel that, some of you, more in your IT band, the outside edge of your right leg now. And then please take your right hand to your right ankle and hold. Finding your balance here. Hug the thighs to the midline, front ribs into bottom ribs, and just a quiet reflection of like what bubbles up as you hold. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down, lift your right heel, 3-legged down dog. Step your left foot forward in between your hands to the middle of the mat. So a lot of times when we step the left foot forward, it's kind of on the left side, right into the middle. Those of you who are lucky enough to have that line down the midline. Put your right knee in the middle of the mat. Heel toe your left foot slightly forward. We're not straightening the leg. Roll to the pinky edge side of that left foot. So the leg is not straight. It's not at 90. I consider that like about a 180. Now, before you move on, pull the right knee forward, drag the left heel back, put some energy into the legs, and then bow in. So I was doing this earlier today with like a pregnant woman. It was really nice the way that like her belly just kind of settled right on the inside of that curve of the left thigh and the left knee. So imagine you're trying to kind of fit yourself down in between that left leg. Dragging your left heel backwards, try to roll the left knee more open. Is there any more space to fold in today, you guys? Use that energy of grounding down and in. And then come back through center and downward facing dog. Check in with the hips. Inhale. Exhale, Charlie Chaplin your feet. It's okay if you shorten your stance a little, but then your right leg lifts up towards the ceiling. Keep pushing your hips up and back in a down dog. And then left hand reaches for the left ankle. It might hold the knee, right? You might have to keep your left knee a little bit bent. Try for that balance. Push the floor with your left foot. Push the floor with your right hand. And left hand down. Lift your left heel, three-legged down dog. Step right foot to the middle of your mat. Good. Left knee down at the middle of your mat. Push your right foot a little forward and then roll to the pinky edge side of that right foot. Lots of energy. So you guys know sometimes I say this as like moving, but not moving. So I won't see your right foot move. I won't see your left knee move, but they're squeezing like magnets towards one another and then bow in. And so especially for your SI joint, that'll give a little bit of stability. And maybe some of you, it helps to picture the head of your right femur bone literally twisting open in the acetabulum, right? That's the cup. That's the joint that the head of the femur bone goes into. Twisting open there, feeling a spread across the back of your right hip. Inhale. Exhale, good. Come back up to center, plant the palms and step back. Downward facing dog. Charlie Chaplin your feet. Left leg up, left hand, right ankle. Way harder balance. And now some of you bend your left knee in and try to touch your left elbow, your left tricep, and hold. 3. Quiet reflection. If you lose it, can you calmly come back and try again? 2, 1. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot outside edge of left hand, lizard lunge. Nice, Julie, good. Let's put that back. Right knee down. Turn your left foot open 45 degrees. Lift the toes, support the ankle. Roll to the pinky edge side of that left foot now. Right elbow down. Walk your left fingertips forward. Good. And then maybe you can even walk your right elbow a little bit forward and try to get closer and closer down towards the floor. Maybe some of you could bring your third eye, your forehead down onto the mat as you get very grounded, turning in. Lots of forward folding today, you guys. We're not going to avoid it, but we're going to use the forward folds to go deep and get unstuck in the hips. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. You're going to keep that leg. Left arm spirals around, right heel folds in. Add the quad stretch. There you go, nice flare up. And there's a turning of the belly, a turning of the chest. 1. Left heel and right knee are constantly magnetizing towards one another. 2. What's happening with your shoulder blades? Inhale. Exhale, hand to the mat. Step back. Down dog. Quiet reflection there. Heels turn in, toes turn out. Charlie Chaplin, this is your last time. I'm lifting the kneecaps. Okay, and we're considering what our body, right? These spaces of opportunity to build strength, to build flexibility, maybe some balance, and then right leg up. And then it's harder, right? And if you don't want to do it, you could do the left hand, but can you take your right hand to your left ankle and balance there. And then maybe you could draw your right knee in to touch your right elbow. Right knee to touch right elbow. And that's not happening on this side. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Right leg extends back up. 3-legged down dog. Right foot outside edge, lizard lunge. Lengthen and out. Stretch through the inner thighs. Back left knee down. Turn your right foot open 45 degrees. Lift the toes. Do all of that process. Let it kind of like ingrain. It becomes like second nature. Roll to the pinky edge side of your right foot. And then drop down onto the elbows and reach your right fingertips forward. So that crease, right? The fold at the top of your right hip, it's deepening, and you drop and roll your outer right hip back, your outer right knee, but then climb and reach forward through the right fingertips. Lots of space. Low to the floor, and then maybe you can even get your forehead, your third eye, right? That's place of intuition, connection, inward reflection. Inhale, exhale, unstick the hips, come back up through center, plant your palms. Left hand stays down, right arm circles around, fold your left leg in and open up through the front of that left leg. 1. Looks good, you guys. I've still got a lot of energy through my inner thighs, squeezing in. So you twist through the belly, twist through the ribs. 2. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Really step back, downward facing dog. And then ask yourself, like, is it working? Is there any difference of kind of like circulation or awareness in the back of the hips? And then please step your feet wide to the top of your mat. So I'm stepping the pinky edge sides of my feet to the edges of my mat, hands to hips, and lift to rise. Good. I'm just going to turn to face the camera so it's a little bit easier. With your left shoulder, roll down and pretend like you're going to pick something up off the floor behind your right heel. So you're side leaning, you're twisting, drop your head, and now push into your left foot, push into your left knee, and leading with your left elbow. Begin to roll up. There you go, Allie. Good. Rolling up through the ribs, rolling up through the shoulder, lifting up that top elbow. Hi, Maria. Good morning. There we go. Right. Inhale. And then with your right shoulder, spiral down and pretend like you're picking up something from behind the left heel. So this is your connective tissue, you guys. Soften and then push into right foot, right knee, right hip, right ribs, right shoulder. Lift with that right elbow and let it glide you up. Inhale. One more time, left shoulder. Right. So I know sometimes we just got to like figure out the pattern. And I want you to go a little bit in some of that somatic movements. Remember, you guys took the class. Somatic is more about feeling it at the body, less doing it with your mind, right? There's no proper alignment here. No one's doing it right. No one's doing it wrong. Just as long as you are connecting the sensation in the body. Nice. That lifts you back up to stand. Feet stay wide. Inhale, reach up. Balanced. Exhale, drop down. Malasana, knees wide. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale, step back, top of your push-up, plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, bend elbows. We're going to come straight down onto the floor. Push the hands. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. 1. Inhale, maybe the feet are a little bit wider today. Maybe you want to close your eyes.
And so if you had that experience, and I love that, like walking outside when it's just quiet. You can see your breath, you can hear your breath. You don't need a ton of outside distractions to just feel calm and at peace.
Step your feet wide, top of the mat. Inhale, big steps, lengthen half flat back. And now you guys, can you snuggle yourself in? Sorry, I can't think of another word, but that's what I kind of want. Like imagine you had a pregnant belly and you're trying to like snuggle your belly in between the inner thighs and really tuck in, kind of like snuggling underneath your comforter. Turn into yourself. Good. Hands to hips, elbows up, flat back, lift to rise. And can we please do one more? Inhale, open. And then there's this like exhale. It's like you're folding in, right? Fold into the body. Inhale, open. And then plant your palms, top of your push-up plank pose. Inhale here. Elbows brush the side body as you lower slow. Inhale, use the feet, use the hands, cobra, and press back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. So even in the yoga practice, a little bit of reflection on 2021, what have you learned, right? What has been helpful for your body, for your mind, right? What can you kind of get rid of? What's really no longer part of your practice here on the mat? For me, it's leaving behind like a lot of intensity, trying to get just more comfortable with less like needing of intense sensations and more just feeling comfortable with like what is in that moment. Step your feet forward to the top of your mat. Big toes come together to touch this time. Inhale, open, nice sedum, good. Really shifting the hips, pulling it forward. And then exhale, fold in. Bend your knees, drop your hips, sit low, Utkatasana. And then exhale, fold in, Uttanasana, hug, snuggle, press in, deeper hamstring stretch. Inhale, look forward, half flat back. You're gonna step your feet back a few centimeters, bend your knees, put your knees high up into your armpits, round your spine, Bakasana. So these are all forward folding. These are all a little bit more introspective, like what do you do? How do you react? There's a little self-examination here as you explore what you do when you float. Inhale, exhale, your choice, step or jump, chaturanga, bending your elbows, inhale, up dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, back heel spins to flat, rise up, warrior one. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Let's get a deep bend through that front right knee. Make sure your left foot is pulling your left foot backwards. Fold in, humble warrior. Okay, so sometimes I do a pose based on what it's doing anatomically as I sequence the classes. Other times I try to focus on what it's doing like emotionally, energetically. Like the leaves falling off a tree, try to just let your upper body hang and really dip on the inside edge of that front right knee, front right foot. 3, get heavy. 2, right? So a lot of times, like, it's not just about going up, it's about finding the ground beneath us to anchor into. Fingertips to the mat, lift your back, heel, low lunge. From your low lunge, heel toe, your right foot, we're on the pinky edge side of the right foot, dropping your outer right knee down, pigeon pose. And so if that right heel has to slide in, that's fine. On fingertips, inhale, open your chest. So instead of doing an up dog, and then exhale, fold in. We're not going to hold. Inhale, lift up. Maybe you walk further back through your left knee and left toes. Exhale, get low, quiet, drop in, fold. One more, inhale, open. Lift up, turn your left hip into the work, and exhale. There's a quietness, folding in. Back up through center, plant your palms, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, left heel next to left thumb, back heel flat. It's kind of like Charlie Chaplin through that back foot. As you lift to rise, warrior one. Good, back heel is down. We did a lot of that at the beginning of class. Interlace the fingers, inhale. So obviously there's gonna be some stretch. You're gonna feel it in the hips, but I want you to close your eyes and get more of an energetic quality. Humble warrior, bowing in, dropping the head. There you go. Yeah. Leaves off of a tree. What does it mean for you? Your legs are your roots. The stability stays there. When you let yourself fold in. Inhale. Exhale, fingertips to the mat. Lift your back heel up so that you're in your low lunge. Heel toe the foot over, please. And drop your outer knee down. So, right, we've been working that external rotation. On fingertips, open the chest, inhale. Exhale, belly, chest, chin, fold in. Inhale, I lift up and I explore the space. You have any more room to walk that right leg back. Exhale, fold, pressing your inner left knee down towards your outer left knee, right? You're going to get more external rotation there. One more time up. I feel an energy from the pinky edge side of my left foot to the outer edge of my left knee, grounding down to fold. Inhale, lift back up to center. Exhale, plant palms, downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs, shake out the head. Inhale. Exhale. Right foot steps forward up in between your hands, lunge. Spin your back left heel to flat, heel to back arch alignment. Straighten the front right leg from the ground up, you guys. Open triangle pose. So if the hand has to slide up the calf, slide up the shin bone a little, that's fine. A lot of times my voice is actually just like having music on. Well, maybe it doesn't sound like music to you, but it does the same, it serves the same purpose of like going for a run with your headphones on, right? It's just another distraction instead of asking you to just be there in silence, be there with your breath. What do you observe? Inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee. Low lunge. Please take right leg up and back. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee, right armpit, nice and high. 1. Inhale, right leg up. Same, right knee, right armpit. Pull it up. 2. Push the floor. It's still a fold, right? It's still a fold as you use your core to pull that right knee up nice and high. Turning inwards. Inhale, right leg up. Right foot steps forward up in between your hands. Lunge. Left heel spins to flat. Now, Right fingertips inside edge of right foot. Keep your right knee bent at 90. Konasana. Working to spread your inner thighs apart. Take that left arm up and around, and please take the half bind. Seeing if you can take your left hand to the inside edge of that front right leg. Nice, exactly. And if you want it, the right arm can reach under, and you can try to grab your left wrist and take the full bind. One. So we're working on tucking that right upper arm bone behind the back of the right knee, pulling the chest forward. Little self-examination here as you tuck in deeper. Inhale. Exhale, release, hands to the mat, top of your push-up, plank pose. You can absolutely today skip the up dogs if you don't want that like external energy. Otherwise, go to down dog or move through the vinyasa, right? So that quiet reflection kind of tells you where you need to go. Downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward in between the hands, lunge. Right heel spins to flat. Push the left leg to straight. Build from the ground up. Triangle pose. Closing your eyes. As we need more and more and more to feel, right, those like little dopamine hits, to feel content, right? And we swing to the opposite end and we actually end up feeling lower and less content. So what the idea of a winter solstice is, like bringing down your baseline, seeing if you can really just be content and at ease, like with less. And then when you have a little bit, it'll make you that much like, you'll get more pleasure from it. The simple things will be more pleasurable. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, plant the palms, pick left leg up, three-legged down dog. And left knee, left tricep, 3 times, tap, 1. So I'm telling you 3, so you know, kind of go at your pace, go with your breath, get the core, get the obliques. Right, but it's like kind of void of ego, void of rushing, void of, right, trying to keep a pace. And inhale, left leg up, stretch it open and out, step your left foot forward in between the hands, back heel spins to flat, Konasana, left fingertips, inside edge, left knee. I want a shoulder knee connection here. It's important for class. Right arm up. Feel free to stay with a half bind here, or taking that bottom arm under and find your full bind. Right, and so you can kind of consider it. Does that seem what's right? Does that seem appropriate? Can you stay quiet in the mind, or does that create a lot of fluctuations? To hold here. Unwind, meet, top of your push-up, plank pose. Good, nice movement, you guys. Total different energy to the class, right? Try to check in, decide, do you want an up dog? You may not, just go to down dog. If you don't, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Close your eyes in your down dog. Inhale. Exhale. Your choice, step or jump. It might just feel more like the energy of class to step, but feel free to jump. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend knees, drop hips, sit low, Utkatasana. And press through the heels, lift the heart as you come to stand, Tadasana. Okay, take a step. I'm gonna actually be stepping out towards the left side of my mat, but you're gonna want the long edge side of your mat here. Heels in, toes out, external rotation. So you may even wanna use your hands on your upper thighs to drop you down and into your goddess squat, right? And then tuck your hands underneath your armpits. Feel the top rim of your pelvis lifting up and back as your tailbone tucks under, and stay calm. Spread out from the inner thighs to the inner knees. There's an energy spreading out, but then wrapping back from the outer knees back into the glutes as you drop in. Slow down your breath. Inhale. Exhale. There's got to be some quiet reflection to stick with it. Inhale. Exhale. Are you there? You're at your edge. Are you planting the energy down into the hips? And then release. Turn whatever is your right leg. Turn over your right leg. I know we're all maybe facing opposite directions. Right leg, shift forward, standing L. Good. Left fingertips stay down. Right arm reaches up, revolved Ardha Chandrasana. And then there is the option to bend that back, left foot in, grab it with your right hand, and now. So this is like a tempered back bend, right? For most of us, we're not able to go to extreme, but you are able to use the connection of that back hand and foot to open the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Step back as you lift up. Goddess pose. Ooh, drop back down and in. Tuck those hands deep up into the armpits. So it's not the pace of class that's exciting. It's getting low into the hips, clearing out, dropping down. 3, chest is up, chin is up. 2, 1, release the hands, turn over your left leg, shift forward, right fingertips underneath your right shoulder, lifting that back right heel, twist. Giving you the option to stay there, or if you want to bend that right heel in, left hand reaches towards the foot, and you could take, this is about as back bendy as we're going to get in class today, right? So a little bit of opening through that left lung, but the twist, you guys, if you don't grab the foot, it's still a back bend. Inhale. Exhale, soften that left knee, step your right foot back, and one more time, please. Open into goddess, down and in. Now, as you come in, let's take our elbows against the inner knees, grab your inner ankles. Can you bring your spine parallel to the floor? So it's like my hips, my heart, and my head, and I'm using my elbows to press the knees open. 3, inner thighs, you guys. 2, weight is in the heels. You're dipping in, forward reflection, fingertips to the mat, pivot, turn over your right leg. Now, left foot is in line with the back of your right heel. Lift your right toes up, pivot, turn to the pinky edge side, intense pigeon. So I plant my hands and I bend my elbows and I try to bring my chest towards the arch of that right foot as you bow down. It's almost like your outer right knee is going to kiss the floor. How low can you get? Press back up to center. Parallel your feet to the midline. Inhale. Exhale, turn out over that left foot. So your left heel, your right toes are in a line. Bend the front knee. Lift your left toes. Intense pigeon. So you're again on the pinky edge side that what we were learning at the beginning of class. Roll your right hip down, either on fingertips or planting your palms. Bend your elbows, and can you lower down as that left knee swings more open? Are you magnetizing? Right foot forward, left foot back, bow in, inhale. Exhale, push the floor, parallel your feet, big toes in, heels out, this time internal rotation. And now, hands on the outside edges of your ankles. Firm your shin bones in like you're hugging, and then fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Pulling the legs in, letting that squeeze the spine long. All types of forward folds. Shifting in one. Inhale. Exhale, two. Inhale. Exhale. Three. Plug in, you guys. Use your legs. Rise to fingertips. Pivot turn. Okay, so I'd like you to be at the top of your mat now, you guys, in a low lunge, and I would like it to be the right foot forward. So if you have to hop switch your legs, that's fine. Okay, left hand plants. Right foot slides back halfway. Right shoulder, tuck it underneath, behind your right knee. Yeah, like we would in a bind. Lift your right heel, like you're pointing your right toe. Can you grab a hold of the top of your foot? Hips up and down dog. Pick up your right foot and try to point it towards the back of your mat. Yeah, so you're wrapping your arm like a snake around that right ankle, and can you pick it up off the floor and balance? 3, 2, 1, release. Horrible, not horrible. You all look very nice. It looks good, right? So quiet reflection there. This time, left foot will step halfway forward. Stay in your down dog, so halfway. Left shoulder, left arm comes on the inside. You tuck in. Left shoulder behind your left knee. I lift my left heel. I grab a hold of the top of the foot, and it's a pretty strong balance as you try to pick up that left foot and hold. Squeeze the elbow and knee together. Use the hand to help to pick up the foot. You're in a down dog. 3, keep trying. 2, 1, release. I can take a picture of that one and show that to you. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, knees to the mat, tabletop. Everybody, if you have a block, please grab it. Okay, left leg is forward. Take my block in line with my left knee so that I can put, shouldn't be super surprising, I should put the pinky edge side of my right foot, and it's basically like a 90-degree angle, right? Yeah, so I kind of push it out, turn the belly, and I grab my heel, but I know that that's like, right, that's subjective. Maybe you grab your calf. And
fold in. Pulling your right side ribs away from your back right hip. Can we get that space, that spread across the back of the sacrum? 1. Open up the breath. 2. Inhale. Fold in, fold in. That's the purpose. Inward turning. And then lift back up to center, half flat back. And change sides. Good. Take the block. Right leg is straight. And so some of you are like, I don't know what the big deal is. I like to fold in, right? Some people really enjoy that. So don't let my words like affect what you're actually feeling. It can be very soothing for a lot of it's supposed to have a soothing quality, right? Like you're not having to spend energy outwards. You get to turn all your energy inwards. It can be for a lot of people like really refueling, re-energizing, for not to have all your thoughts going outwards, being allowed to kind of like collect, kind of hibernate into the body here can actually be really rejuvenating. And so I do find that if your hands are on your ankle or on your heel, you're actually able to kind of pull yourself out of the hips, feeling that extension. Left knee is heavy. Can it roll and drop more open? Inhale. Fill the breath into that back left hip. Sometimes I say like imagine a balloon there. Good. Exhale. Come back up to center. Okay. Release, and we're going to try one more thing, you guys. Down dog. Hips up and back. Wiggle the hips. Okay, so even down dog, if you don't even think about it this way, right? It's an inversion and it is a forward fold. Now, walk your hands, please, to the middle of your mat and narrow, meaning my thumbs are touching, meaning my shoulders are wider than my hands. And now walk yourself around your hands, bending your knees. There we go. So my feet are in front of my hands. And then I'm going to bend my elbows and I'm going to take my hands to my calf muscles. Remember how you're kind of grabbing your armpits? I want you to kind of grab your calf muscles, turn your calf muscles in. And as you lift your heel and tuck the shoulder, lift the heel, tuck the shoulder, and you try to fold your upper body inside the legs. You try to tuck under. Look up underneath your body, like you're looking towards your belly button, like you're looking towards your sitting bone, maybe like you're looking up towards the ceiling, and keep trying to turn in and tuck into yourself. Good. You should feel your inner knees squeezing against your outer shoulders. And then some of you might reach your hands back behind you, grab your fingertips for the bind. That's about as deep of a forward fold as you can get. Release your hands to the mat. Look forward. Bend your knees. Sit your bum low. Good. So my hands are planted. My arms are still on the insides of my knees. Look forward. Heel toe the bottoms of your feet together. Let your knees drop open. So my arms, you guys, are tucked under. I'm holding the top of the foot again, like we did in that peak pose. And then calmly. And if you want to put a block there, or maybe you can bring your third eye down to the heels, down to your inner arch, folding in here.
So I avoid, but I'm trying to learn a little bit of at least stillness within this pose. Where does the tension build up? Where could the breath flow into? One more time, imagine kind of stepping off your back porch. A quiet winter night, and there's just a different type of calmness. Eyes are closed. It's okay to be in the dark here. Always in the darkness, right? That's the end, and that's where fresh new things then come out of, new understanding. And then please release, and you roll up through the spine. I'm not going to do a back bend. If anyone wants a back bend, it's there. I'm just going to neutralize my spine with a twist to the right and a twist to the left. But obviously that's a lot of forward folding, you guys. If you've got the rest of the day in front of you and you need a little bit more energy, I get that. And then you'll come back to center, tucking the tailbone under and opening your arms and legs for Shavasana. Inhale. Exhale. And then please bend your knees a little bit different to come out of it today. Draw your knees into your chest. Good. Then lift your head up, looking forward at the top of your mat. Good, yeah. Extend your arms forward. So I want just the tiniest little bit of core. Rock a little forward, catch yourself. Rock a little bit back. Rock a little bit forward. So if there is any kind of destabilization across your low back, this will help reintegrate the core. And I'm going to go 3 to hold. 2, also, if that was a little heavy for you guys, it's a little bit energizing. And then rocking forward to come to seated. Good. Remember this mudra, right? You could do it in the car, you can do it in the kitchen, right? People won't necessarily know that you're trying to use it to just kind of calm, drop in, suppress your lungs so that you actually have to kind of work to slow down. And then hands in front of your heart center. And use today, if you do have a moment, right? It's actually, at least in terms of like nature, it's even a bigger day than like January 1, right? Which is like set by the, like, it's like a man-made calendar. Today's actually the day of, right, emptying. Maybe you write down some things you want to let go of. And then taking your thumbs to your third eye, bowing forward to seal your practice. Jai,
Siddhartma.